A homeowner in Oklahoma noticed a small brown stain on their ceiling. Just a stain. Nothing dramatic. They figured it could wait until spring. 18 months later, that same homeowner was writing a check for $22,000 to replace rotted framing, contaminated insulation, and an entire section of drywall. The stain never got bigger. It just sat there quietly, doing damage nobody could see, until the day someone finally opened up the wall. Today, we're breaking down the maintenance mistakes that quietly cost Barndominium owners thousands of dollars, the ones almost nobody warns you about before you move in. We're going to walk through the exterior mistakes that shorten a metal building's lifespan, the interior habits that invite mold and rot, the layout blind spots that make small problems worse, and the real dollar cost of ignoring versus catching these issues early. Then we'll get into the single most expensive mistake on this entire list, the one that's currently happening inside homes right now, without anyone knowing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to check this weekend that could save you from a 5-figure repair bill down the road. Welcome back to Barndominium Plan Studio, the channel breaking down real numbers, real design decisions, and the real trade-offs behind Barndominium living. We're the channel that shows the math your builder skips over, just what actually works and what actually costs. If you're new here, we cover everything from floor plans to construction costs to the maintenance issues nobody mentions at the dealership. So if that's useful to you, go ahead and subscribe. The only thing that actually helps this channel is you sticking around for the next one. Alright, let's get into the mistakes. Here's the one structural reason this list matters more for a Barndominium than it would for a normal house. A well-maintained steel frame Barndominium can last 50 years or more, and the shell itself is genuinely low maintenance compared to wood siding that needs repainting every 5 to 7 years. But low maintenance is not the same thing as no maintenance, and that gap is exactly where most of these 5-figure repair bills start. Because a Barndominium is a sealed metal envelope, the mistakes that would be minor and forgiving in a traditional home, a small leak, a clogged gutter, a gap in caulking, behave differently here. Moisture that would evaporate through breathable wood siding instead gets trapped against steel. And trapped moisture is where every expensive problem on this list actually begins. So the real question isn't whether your Barndominium needs maintenance. It's whether you know which 5 or 6 specific things actually matter, instead of guessing. Let's start outside, because most expensive interior problems actually begin with something small on the exterior that got ignored. Ignore your gutters, and you're not just risking overflow onto the lawn like you would with a traditional home. On a metal building, water backing up under the roof edge can wick directly behind the panel seams, and metal siding hides that intrusion far better than it should. A gutter cleaning twice a year runs somewhere around $150 to $300. The water damage from skipping it for 2 or 3 years can run into the thousands. Mistake 2 is neglecting exterior sealant and caulking around penetrations, window frames, door thresholds, and anywhere trim meets the steel panel. Sealant on a metal building typically needs inspection every 1 to 2 years and full recaulking every 5 to 7, because UV exposure breaks it down faster than most homeowners expect. A loose fastener washer is a $2 part. Skip the annual check, and it's the reason water gets behind a panel nobody thought to inspect. Steel panels are held on with screws that have rubber washers, and those washers degrade over time, especially on south-facing walls that take the most sun. Mistake 4 is pressure washing incorrectly. It sounds harmless, but pointing a pressure washer directly at panel seams or up under trim can force water past seals that were otherwise doing their job fine. The fix is angling the spray downward, in the same direction the panels overlap, never straight into a seam. And mistake 5 is ignoring rust spots the moment they appear, especially near ground level where the panel meets the foundation, or anywhere 2 dissimilar metals touch and create galvanic corrosion. Caught early, that's a sanding and touch-up paint job. Ignored for a few years, it can mean replacing entire panel sections. None of these 5 mistakes are dramatic on their own. That's exactly why they get skipped, and exactly why they end up costing homeowners the most. Now let's move inside, because interior mistakes tend to be quieter than exterior ones, and quieter usually means more expensive by the time you notice. Vaulted great rooms look stunning, But they also stack warm, moist air right against the coldest surface in the house if your HVAC isn't running consistently. Barndominiums with vaulted spaces can develop temperature stratification, where warm, moist air collects near the ceiling. And if that air contacts a cooler steel surface, you get condensation forming exactly where you can't see it. Mistake 7 is skipping a dedicated dehumidifier in humid climates. A lot of new Barndominium owners assume their HVAC system alone will manage humidity the way it would in a traditional home. But the tighter building envelope on a metal structure means humidity can build up faster than a standard system is designed to pull out. One of the most common mold sources in newer builds isn't neglect at all. It's a bathroom or kitchen fan wired into the attic instead of straight outside. That single shortcut, venting into an attic instead of through the roof, is shockingly common. And it's one of the most reliable ways to grow hidden attic mold without anyone noticing. Mistake 9 is ignoring small ceiling stains or musty smells because there's no visible water. Musty odor without visible water almost always means moisture is trapped somewhere in the wall or ceiling cavity. And by the time you can smell it, it's usually been growing for weeks. Closing more than a fifth of your vents to save on energy doesn't just cost comfort. It creates exactly the kind of stagnant, moisture-prone air pocket that leads to mold. And it's one of the easiest mistakes to reverse once you know to look for it. Now let's talk about how your actual floor plan can either help or hurt you when it comes to maintenance, because this is the part almost nobody plans for at the design stage. Start with where your mechanicals actually live. Homes that tuck the water heater, HVAC unit, and electrical panel into a hard-to-reach interior closet-safe floor space. But they make routine inspection so inconvenient that owners simply stop doing it. The best floor plans put mechanicals somewhere you'll actually walk past regularly, not somewhere you have to move furniture to reach. Attached shops carry their own risk if they're not sealed off properly. If that space isn't separated from the living area with its own vapor barrier and ventilation, moisture, dust, and even vehicle exhaust can migrate into the home's air system over time, an issue that's completely avoidable with the right breezeway or sealed connection at the design stage. Even a flawless floor plan can't save you from bad grading. If the ground wasn't sloped away from the slab on all sides, water pools right where you don't want it, right against the one structural element you really don't want moisture reaching. More roof lines meeting at odd angles means more leak points to check every single year. Homes with multiple valleys and transitions look architecturally interesting, but each one is a potential leak point, and every added angle is one more spot you need to actually inspect. The takeaway here is simple. A floor plan that's easy to maintain will almost always outperform one that just looks impressive, because the homes that get properly maintained are the ones where maintenance was actually convenient enough to happen. Here's where prevention and neglect stop being close in cost and start being wildly different. According to current 2026 data, most Barndominium builds land somewhere between $65 and $160 per square foot for standard finishes, with premium builds exceeding $200. That's the number everyone focuses on. What almost nobody budgets for is the ongoing maintenance reserve. A reasonable rule of thumb from contractors is setting aside roughly 1% of your total build cost annually for maintenance and small repairs. On a $300,000 build, that's about $3,000 a year, most of which goes completely unused in a good year. Now compare that to what happens when maintenance gets skipped. Professional mold remediation for a single affected room typically runs $3,000 to $9,000, according to current national data. Whole home mold remediation, the kind that happens when a moisture problem goes undetected for a year or more, averages $18,000 to over $48,000. HVAC ductwork contamination from unmanaged humidity runs $3,000 to $10,000 to remediate properly. And that's before you factor in replacing any contaminated insulation or drywall around it. Even something as small as neglected caulking can spiral. A full recaulking job across an average Barndominium exterior runs somewhere around $800 to $2,000 every 5 to 7 years. Skip it for a decade, and you're not just recaulking anymore, you're potentially looking at rotted framing behind the panel, which is a 5-figure structural repair, not a maintenance line item. The honest takeaway is this. Almost every mistake on this list costs less than $500 to prevent, and almost every one of them costs 5 to 50 times that to fix once it's been ignored long enough to become structural. Now, with all of that said, here's why Barndominium owners who do stay on top of maintenance genuinely love this style of home. The first reason is that once the maintenance habits are in place, they're genuinely low effort. A twice-a-year gutter cleaning, an annual fastener and sealant check, and a functioning dehumidifier cover the vast majority of the mistakes on this list. The second reason is durability that traditional homes simply can't match. Properly maintained steel roofing carries a 40 to 50-year lifespan, far beyond most asphalt shingle warranties, and steel siding never needs repainting the way wood does. The third reason is that these homes hold their value well when the maintenance history is documented, because buyers in this market have become more educated about exactly what we've covered today, and a clean maintenance record is a genuine selling point. And the fourth reason is peace of mind. Owners who've built a simple maintenance routine stop worrying about their home the way owners who are winging it never quite do. But here's the mistake that causes more expensive damage than everything else on this list combined. And it's happening in Barndominiums right now, without anyone realizing it. It's called interior condensation from thermal bridging, and it happens when warm, humid indoor air meets a cold steel stud or panel from inside, exactly where insulation gaps or compression points exist, often in places nobody thinks to check, behind cabinetry, inside closets built against exterior walls, or in corners where insulation was rushed during installation. Unlike a roof leak, this problem doesn't announce itself with a stain on the ceiling. It happens silently, inside a sealed wall cavity. And by the time it's visible, either as a musty smell, a soft spot in drywall, or a rust bloom on the inside of a steel stud, the moisture has typically been accumulating for months, sometimes years. This is exactly why some of the most beautiful, well-finished Barndominiums online end up needing tens of thousands of dollars in framing and drywall repair. And it's rarely something a homeowner did wrong on purpose. It's usually a corner that got insulated slightly too fast during the original build. None of this requires guesswork, just two habits most owners never think to start. Ask any contractor who's fixed this more than once, and they'll point you to the same two things. An annual infrared thermal scan of exterior walls, which most insulation contractors offer for $150 to $400, and it will reveal cold spots and thermal bridging points long before any visible damage appears. The second line of defense is a simple moisture meter check in known risk areas, closets against exterior walls, cabinetry corners, and anywhere HVAC ductwork runs close to an exterior panel. Done once or twice a year as part of a basic seasonal walkthrough. Third, maintaining indoor relative humidity below 60% using a properly sized dehumidifier is the single most effective ongoing prevention step, because it removes the moisture load before it ever has a chance to condense against a cold surface. And if you're still in the design or build phase, insist on continuous spray foam insulation with no compression points at studs, corners, or penetrations, and ask your builder directly how they handle thermal breaks at steel connections. That one conversation before the walls close up is worth more than any amount of maintenance after the fact. So, are Barndominiums genuinely low maintenance? Compared to a traditional stick-built home, largely yes, but only if you actually do the small, boring things on this list. Every mistake we covered today shares the same pattern. Cheap and easy to prevent, expensive and disruptive to fix once ignored. The homeowners who avoid five-figure repair bills aren't the ones with the most expensive builds. They're the ones running a simple seasonal checklist. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Put a reminder on your calendar twice a year to check your gutters, your sealant, your fasteners, and your indoor humidity level. That single habit prevents nearly everything we talked about today. Quick disclaimer before we wrap up. The costs and scenarios featured in this video are based on current 2026 industry data and common maintenance patterns, representing typical outcomes rather than a specific property. Actual costs, climate risk, and maintenance needs vary by region, builder, and building age. So always consult a licensed local contractor or inspector for guidance specific to your home. If any of these mistakes hit a little too close to home, drop a comment and let us know which one you're checking on this week. These actually shape what we dig into next. And if you've caught a maintenance issue early or learned the hard way like the homeowner we opened with today, share it in the comments. This community has genuinely helped a lot of first-time owners avoid the exact mistakes we covered here. If you made it this far, you already know more about protecting your Barndominium than most people who own one. That's the whole point of this channel. Subscribe if you want the real numbers other channels skip. See you in the next one.